Spacing when it's spacing within a project is probably one of the first places a project can start to look quite inconsistent. So it's really important to use one source of truth, and this is one of the most valuable ways to use the CSS framework. The spacing options within GenCSS, again, like typography, really do set a foundation for you to work from, and then that gives you everything that you can consistently refer to. The spacing and layout, this is actually repeated in layout. I just felt that some people would look for it in one place and some would look for it in another. But you can set your block and inline for sections initially here. The most interesting part of spacing, really, for many, I suppose, is to use the ratios for the different spacing tokens there. So you can set these very easily, and you see them on the demo in both the spacing graph there, but also in represented in the boxes. We also have contextual spacing, and you can change this as you wish, and obviously you have another preview as well. So if I alter that, and I get an idea of where my gap container, gap grid, and gap content would be. I like the naming convention generally of the thing plus then the variant. So that's quite easy to remember. So most of the time you might use gap content, and other times you might need a gap grid. It's all quite consistent. Once we've established our scale, and that is the space XS to space 3XL, you can always add your own custom variables. We have spacing tokens, and this is where you can set things like padding to the different and established spacing primitives. So this, again, it's all done for you. It should all be working very well for you, but should you want to have a little bit of granular control on that and alter something, you can put in your own values there. I think that's about it on the spacing, but just to remember, GenCSS is doing a lot of the work for you from the foundational information that you give it. So it's calculating the scales, and this is all fluid spacing also. There is also an option for adding a class, and that will trigger container query fluidity for your spacing. So again, container queries are becoming more common now. It's not all measured on the view width, and so it's appropriate for that to be in this framework. So you would simply add a class CQ, and I think it's spacing. CQ fluid is for typography. CQ spacing triggers the same clamp spacing there on the tokens, but in relation to the container query units. Again, there's really nothing for you to have to do there. It converts it all. You just need to add this class to the appropriate container when you want to trigger that. Okay, cool. I'll see you in the next video.